Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those that are watching the replay. You guys are correct. Today is Saturday. I usually do this video on Fridays, but yesterday I had such a jam-packed day full of things to do that I decided to move this mini readings to tonight. So if you guys would like a mini reading, the way to sign up is you send $25 to my PayPal. The link is in the description of the video, and the moderators are also putting the link up as the broadcast goes on. Thank you to the moderators, Shannon and Wendy, for being here. Let me say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Hey, Sparky. How's it going? Hello, Debbie. Hello, Warrior of Light, Marianne. Hello, Melanie. How are you? Erica's here. Marie is here. Thank you guys for showing up. Magic Dance. Hello, Taria. Welcome, welcome. Very excited to use my new cards. You guys have seen them, but not this version. I do have the holographic cards. I don't know if it's gonna go see through on the video, but I'm excited to use the cards. And I also have an announcement for you guys. Are you ready? Hey, Rebecca, how's it going? And hello, Jess, welcome in. A couple of announcements. Before we get into that, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if this is your first time on the channel. I do have a little bit of astrology to talk about too, but I wanted to tell you my big announcement. Hey, Julene, how's it going? Noelle, welcome in. Len, how are you? Yes, it's so beautiful to see you guys coming in and saying hi. So the announcement that I have is I was able to actually get the course for Aquarian Astrology Module 5 officially scheduled, and it is going to happen on December 22nd, which is a Tuesday. It is right after the powerful Saturn-Pluto conjunction. So I'm really excited about that. So excited about that. So It's basically like a week from the eclipse and a day right after that powerful conjunction. So you can actually go onto my website now and sign up for it if you want to. There are some videos coming soon, some handouts coming soon, but the most important information is already on the portal, which is basically the Zoom link that you need for the webinar, for the live webinar that will happen on Tuesday, December 22nd. I do want to tell you guys that the way that the modules work, if I haven't done a module in a while, I don't remember when was the last time. Was it May? I honestly don't remember. But it was a while ago for sure. And the last module we did was on Mercury. And the way that the modules work is we go live and I do the live broadcast, which is a class that you show up to on a Zoom webinar. I give you handouts that you can print out and prepare for the presentation. I also give you a little bit of homework and a lot of information. And the classes usually end up lasting anywhere from like 2 hours to 2.5, 3 hours. I have a feeling this one might take a little longer, be a little bit of a longer class because we have so much to cover. And the exciting topic for this specific class is the magic of Venus. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that this class will, I will teach you in this class. Let me just grab my notes real quick. By the way, there's no one on the list yet, so if you want to get on the list, you can go ahead and do so now as I share this information with you guys. You can choose from tarot readings, astrology readings, and if you do astrology, it can be natal chart, it can be progressions. I can also do compatibility and transits. I know, Sparky's been waiting for it for a long time. I can't wait, you guys. So here's the topics that we're going to cover in this module. And I'm going to start announcing it on all my socials and on my videos. Tomorrow evening, we have the astrology broadcast for the eclipse. I mean, we're literally 2 days away from the total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. And then on Monday night, we'll have the eclipse ceremony. But in this module, I'm also going to do a ceremony for the solstice too. Just wanted to let you guys know because it's such a powerful day. But with this module, we're going to learn about Venus's rulership. So what signs does she rule? Why does she rule those signs? What houses does she rule? What chakra the planet aligns with, depending on the houses that she rules. We're going to go deep, like sacred geometry. We're going to talk about Venus's ancient stories and mythologies throughout time, how she's showed up in different cultures and different parts of the world. So we know obviously Greek and Roman, right? But there's a lot, many more places when we speak about Venus because she's such a powerful goddess. She's been in all the cultures, right? So we're going to talk about the ancient stories and mythologies, including like the Mayans and the Sumerians, and everybody had a name for her, and they all really, there was a lot of emphasis on the goddess, on the feminine. This is like the one planet that just has tons and tons of information of mythological stories. The other thing we're going to cover is the 13 phases of Venus. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but Venus has 13 phases just like the moon. And it goes from you guys may have heard me talk about the inferior conjunction of Venus, which is when she meets up with the sun and she's retrograde, and the superior conjunction. Some of you guys that have done readings with me, I've seen in your chart, you were actually born with one of these conjunctions. Hey, Jill. And then the superior conjunction of Venus, which is when she's the fastest, she's direct, and she's actually behind the sun. So this is a Cassini point that happens every 9 months, but in between, it's like a 582, I think it's 582 day cycle where it's split into these 13 phases, like the moon. It's crazy. And we're going to talk about those phases. We're also going to talk about her retrogrades, because her retrogrades are different than any other planet. She has a specific, very predictable path in the sky, and she only goes retrogrades. She only goes retrograde, like she'll be retrograde and then she'll become the morning star for 9 months, and then she'll do her superior conjunction, and then it's not until 9 months later that she retrogrades again. So it's every 18 months. It's kind of a long period of time where we have Venus direct. So her retrogrades become very important, and we're going to talk about that in the class, and we're going to talk about what that means as well. There's also this very powerful thing with Venus. There's so much. Venus has she creates this magical 5-pointed star in the sky. So her relationship between Venus, the Earth, and the Sun, sacred geometrically, there's a pattern that she makes as she orbits around the Sun in relationship to the Earth. And when you plan out, when you watch this pattern happening, which I think I'm gonna try to find a video because it's kind of hard to explain, but it's actually really cool. When you watch her make the little pattern, it actually makes a beautiful rose. And within it, that 5-pointed star, and each points of the star are called the Venus star points. So this is a pattern within a pattern within a pattern within a pattern with Venus. She's like multi-layered. And we're going to talk about those star points. We're going to talk about her sacred geometry, what those star points mean, because we were each born close to a specific star point. And that basically plays a big part in society as well, but also in our own personality in terms of Venus. So when you look at Venus in your chart, there's so much that you're not completely getting just from looking at Venus in the sign that she's in your chart, and then also in the house. There's so much more. It's like, but what phase were you born under with Venus? What star point were you born under? And all of these things add more information. It'll really help you understand you and relationships in your life and sacred unions and sacred relationships, because that's what Venus is all about. We'll also go through Venus in all the 12 signs and Venus in all the 12 houses. And then she does this other really cool thing, which are called Venus Moon Stargates, which today is one of them. I actually think I should show you in the chart real quick what those are. But that's basically what we're going to talk about in the class. I'm really excited. You can already sign up for it. It's only $33. Like, epic. But what I want to do is I'm going to pull up the chart from today, and I want to show you this beautiful Stargate in the sky. So there's a part in Venus's cycle where let me take a picture of this, where she actually meets up with the moon. And this happens every time, 5 times. It happens 5 times while she's the morning star, and then 5 times while she's the evening star. And in these gates, it's like a harmonious, beautiful connection between they're goddesses. I posted about it on my Instagram. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you do. It's at Channel for Grace. I post a lot on Instagram. But she creates these portals. It's basically the moon, who is the high priestess. She's also Venus is the goddess, right? The goddess of love and beauty. And then there's a third planet that is actually conjuncting them today. And this is significant. And the reason why I decided that I was going to go live like 3 days in a row is because of this intensity that we are coming into right now, which is this powerful eclipse that's coming up. We've got Saturn and Jupiter. They're going to start to move into Aquarius this week. There's so much going on. So these 3 days are very, very powerful for us. So I wanted to be able to go live and kind of hold space for you guys during these powerful gates that are opening up. Okay, let me make sure I can get this working. There we go. And I'm going to flip the screen. So this is today. I'm going to show you the astrology of today. So this is the chart of today. Yeah, thank you guys so much. How do you find out that info? There's a couple of books that I'm going to share with you. You can get those 2 books, and it has basically, they have all the tables where you look at you look up your birthday, and it tells you what the phase is. So it's kind of involved. I'm going to be sharing the information in a way that will help you understand the basic part of it, and then you got to go and get the books to find out your own Venus phase. But the cool thing is that once you have those books, and they're not expensive at all, and you can get them on Amazon, you will be able to look up other people's as well, which is the fun thing about having those books in the first place. Okay, oopsies. So this is the chart of today. And the beautiful part of this specific alignment, here's what we got. Venus, Moon, and Juno. 26 degrees exact in Scorpio. And then Juno's just a couple of degrees away, so she's right there too. This is this like intense, the goddesses coming together. They're bringing harmony. This is a harmonious Stargate that has opened today. And it's no coincidence that this Stargate is opening now, right before the eclipse. So what we're experiencing right now is a balsamic moon. It is a dark moon. It is like the darkness that like right before the light, right? The dark right before the dawn. And the eclipse is going to be the dawning. Okay? The eclipse will be the dawning of the age of, you know how it goes, right? The dawning of the age of Aquarius. It's just magical. And the fact that these 3 goddesses are here, right? We said the moon, the high priestess, water energy too. The moon rules Cancer. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So it's love. It's the empress, and it's the goddess of love and beauty. And then Juno, she is the goddess of marriage, of sacred union, of soulmate relationships. This is a portal opening up before the portal, before the portal, before the portal. Like there, that's why I'm like, there's portals within portals. Look at this over here. Look at this. That's another portal right there too. We just had the sun exactly conjunct the south node at 19 degrees. Mercury is right there as well. This is like truth coming through. This is like the sun always illuminates when it passes through. It shines a light. It says, look at this. This is important. We need to look at what isn't working, because this is South Node. What is karmic? What are we focusing on that we're spending too much time or too much energy focusing on it? And how can we change gears, or change how we look at things, or open our eyes to the truth, because Sagittarius is the truth. So things will come up. You're going to see what's not working. You're going to see what is sort of hiding and not really moving towards truth for you. You're going to see those areas, and you're going to want to communicate about them. This is, in opposition to the North Node, which is what we're supposed to be focusing on. That's why this eclipse is intense, and it's gnarly, because it's a South Node eclipse. And I'm just sharing a little bit with you about it, but I'm going to share a lot more tomorrow in the broadcast, which is same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. But this eclipse is a South Node eclipse, which means it'll bring up karmic things, but it'll also be a release, like a blast of light into the shadow, which is what we need. So this is revelations, right? We're going to see the truth, and it's revolutionary, because that's what eclipses are all about. So this beautiful Stargate that is opening now with Moon, Venus, and Juno, it's saying there's goddess energy here that is activating. I'm going to share with you one more thing. This is exactly opposed. Look at that, 26, and then look at over here, 26 of Taurus. Who's this? This is Black Moon Lilith. She's the renegade goddess. She's at 26 degrees of Taurus, which is what? Algol. There's a star, a fixed star called Algol. And it is usually given these weird malefic symbols, but she's not. What she actually is freedom. She represents freedom. She represents freedom from desires, freedom from the earthly connections and the things that weigh you down. And 26 degrees of Taurus is the beginning of the Pleiades. So this is a Pleiadian Stargate. And we know from the last eclipse that we had in Gemini, the lunar eclipse, we know that that was a Pleiadian eclipse because it was exactly aligned Aldebaran. And Aldebaran is also an Orion starseed activation, but there was a lot of Pleiadian energy with that eclipse as well. So the magic is here. The universe is speaking to us. We really just need to trust our intuition, trust our inner knowing. It will guide us. It's really easy right now to manifest. That's why I wanted to show this to you and why I want to go live every day until Monday, because you need to know that right now you will manifest everything. It's like, I always come back to this. I don't know why. The movie The Sphere, who's watched the movie The Sphere? So the movie The Sphere is a movie where they find this sphere inside a spaceship in the ocean, under the ocean, right at the bottom of the sea. And they're like, they create this underwater station where they live, and they go and they study the spheres, and they go into the spaceship, and they're like, they don't know what it is, but there's this like giant sphere just sitting there inside the spaceship. Well, they discover that the sphere like takes you in, and then you literally start to manifest everything. But the problem is that because they don't know, and because humans are kind of, especially now, we're tuned in to focus on the things that scare us, just in general, in the whole world. But this is not like recent. This is for a long time coming. We kind of tend to focus on fear because we've kind of moved away from like connecting to the divine. So they end up manifesting their worst fears and their worst nightmares. But they don't realize that they can manifest the most amazing things, but they just don't have control of their minds like that. And that's exactly what this eclipse is like. That's what this entire season is like. But as we go through these portals, as they open up and as we start to dive through them, we open up ourselves up towards those frequencies. So you have to stay high vibe. You have to stay, positive. You have to stay hopeful. This eclipse is going to bring hope back, but it's going to be wild. And we're going to see a lot of unpredictable things. Okay, let's go to the readings. Thank you to those of you that have signed up already. If you have not signed up yet, you can do so at the link in the description of the video. I'm just going to take down the names that have signed up already. And the moderators are putting it up as well. All right, so we've got Valerie on the list. You can go ahead and put up your question. Then we have Sparky. And then we have Paris. And that's who is on the list so far. Let me go back to the chat. Here we go. Thank you to everybody that just came in. Jai is going to share the books she was talking about when you fight. Yeah, in the Venus module, I will be sharing those books. You got what for your daughter for Christmas, Jill? And I've been doing those starseed readings, you guys, and they've been just blowing my mind and blowing your mind too. I've been getting so much amazing feedback about the starseed readings, and I've started sending out the activations as well. So, and those have been, so intense to design and record. Hello, Alexa. How's it going? Yeah, I do too. It is a very powerful time in the skies. Very, very powerful. All right, here we go. I'm having a slight health scare. What advice does Spirit have for me? Okay. we will pull some cards for you, Valerie. Thank you so much. Oh, nice. Who's your daughter so that I have in my mind who I'm doing the reading for? All right. What does Valerie need to know right now about this health scare that she's currently experiencing? What does Valerie need to know? Yeah, and yeah, thank you, Sparky, for saying that. We'll send you healing vibes. Okay, thanks, Joe. All right, what does Valerie need to know about this? What message do you have for her? Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being here with us today, for clearing my energy and the energy of these cards. And for allowing me to be a channel for your grace and your messages for everyone that signs up tonight, whether tarot or astrology. Thank you. Okay, what else do we need here? Let's get one more of these. They're definitely taking their time. I mean, I feel like so far the message is like, just take it one day at a time. Don't rush into making decisions. That's what's coming through so far. And let's see what these are. Okay, so here we go. We start with the Sun card. So the Sun in astrology, first of all, it's ruled by the energy of Leo. And if I remember correctly, you are a Regulus starseed marking. Is that right? You have Regulus in your chart. So that's probably not too relevant to this specific reading, but the Sun being the first card here is you need to think about yourself, right? You need to focus on yourself right now. This is about, so the Sun represents the ego. It represents your identity. It could also be creativity, self-expression. So I think you may be feeling like there's some kind of, obviously there's uncomfortability. Okay, I thought that was it. Obviously, some sense of fear, right? A little bit of fear, a little bit of uncomfortability. But this is really a time for you to focus on yourself. This is also a time for you to express yourself, express everything you want to say. Don't leave anything out, and focus on the things that make you happy. Focus on the things that bring you, that activate your passion, because that is what's going to help you heal. Now, you get Uranus next, which is the planet of unpredictability, revolution. It rules Aquarius, which is the higher mind. So what this says to me is that the reason why you need to trust and make sure that you're focusing, obviously I just talked about this portal that we're in where we're like seriously manifesting, but I don't think that you know everything about it yet. I don't think you have all of the information yet. I think that it may turn out different than maybe you expect. Uranus is also that, like I said, that unpredictability. So something may happen that is different than what you expect or what you expected. This is also going to maybe feel like a little bit uprooting or a little bit it'll shake things up for you. I think it is already doing that, but I think you have all the strength within you to heal and to release this, because Pallas Athena comes up as well. And Pallas Athena is the warrioress. She's like the warrior princess. She is that Joan of Arc energy. And Joan of Arc channeled, she heard the voice of God telling her to basically go and fight for for France, right? For the French army and the French king. And she was only 13 when she started to hear these voices. And that's what this brings up for me is like, have the courage. You have the courage and you have the strength to go do it, to face it. Vesta comes out as well. Vesta is she's the holder of the sacred flame. She is like the high priestess energy. The sacred flame is that inner fire. Don't let that inner fire die out. Don't let that the courage and the strength and the willpower go out. Keep the fire burning. It's very much that sun energy and Leo energy. And then the last card we get of these ones is I know. And this is the 9th house, ruled by Jupiter and Sagittarius. This is the house of higher and elevated thought. It's also expansion. And what this says to me is that this is also the house of spiritual integration. This is an experience that you're having because it's going to help you expand. And this eclipse, because it is in Sagittarius, is going to be very significant for you wherever it is happening in your chart. So when you find 23 degrees of Sagittarius in your chart, that's where it's happening for you. You get Anathra, victory and conquest. Contain your temper if fulfillment you seek. Integrating yourself will be your best asset. So victory and conquest. I love that. Whatever this is, you hold the power of the outcome of it. That's very beautiful. I want to pull one more oracle card for Valerie. The next test is on the 21st. Wow, that's quite an intense day. Wisdom and affinity. Duality teaches us that in order to love, we must bind together what differences us. So that's Cancer and Gemini. Trust your heart, trust your mind. Find all the facts. Don't just trust everything you hear, but do trust yourself, your inner guidance, but look for the answers. Do all the research that you can before making any decisions. Wow. Powerful reading. Thank you, Valerie. We got Sparky next. We can do, I think I saw your question is what's coming for love in the future. But if you could post it on the chat, that would help me out a lot. So I don't have to jump over to the other platform. And I'll check the PayPal in a moment after Sparky's reading. You're welcome and good luck, Val. So messages for Sparky. Okay, what's coming up for love? We've got Paris right after this. What's coming up for love for Sparky? Wow. Okay, so far you got the vertex point. Let me show you the card. This is a point in astrology. It points to, it's like a karmic destiny, and it is about synastry. It is a relationship point. It is about fated connections. It can also represent a turning point. So that in the immediate future, in the near future, there is some kind of relationship, whether it's karmic, whether it's synastry, whether it's a fated connection, I don't know, but it is definitely a turning point in your life in terms of relationships. That's what's coming up. The next card you get, interestingly enough, is the retrograde card. So the retrograde card is kind of like, obviously, it's when the planets are going backwards, which does not really feel good. However, the power of the retrogrades are that they are reflective. Is that it will, this turning point in the near future in terms of relationships for you, it's going to be very reflective point. It could also feel like things are going backwards from how you wish they were going. That's the other meaning of a retrograde. It's like it's not moving forward anymore. It's going, backwards. Waxing gibbous. The waxing gibbous moon. This is actually where, where the moon was right before that Gemini eclipse. This is a buildup. There's a buildup. And the buildup is towards the 8th house, which is the house of transformation and change, ruled by Pluto and Scorpio. So, wow, there's a turning point coming. It's either going to feel like is a time of reflection, or it's going to feel like it's not going the way you want it. However, it is going to build up to a transformation that you are going to experience. And this transformation will have the energy of a sextile, which is that of integration, that of cooperation, that of ingenuity, harmony, and empathy. Wow. That's beautiful. I'm going to pull a couple of these. Algorab on the Crow constellation. The night will come, and she will hold your fear. It is in the darkness when the moon blazes. Whoa. Also, 8th house, Scorpio, that's where Venus is. That's where the moon is today in the Stargate, and that's where Juno is. So very powerful. But whoa, this card. The night will come, and she will hold your fear. It is in the darkness when the moon blazes. Whoa, that card just like hit me. That message just hit me. That was intense. Whoa. I can still feel that. That's intense energy. That's beautiful. It's a good feeling, Sparky. Yes. Yes, it is. I love that. Okay, I'm going to go check PayPal real quick, but Paris, feel free to put your question up. Remember that when you sign up, you do get entered to win something for the giveaway for December. We just had Julene. She won the November giveaway, and I sent over to her. Have you gotten it yet? I'm not going to, because it's a surprise. Len is on the list now, and so is Mary Ann. And thank you for sending those extra $5. I appreciate that. Let's go back to the chat. Jai, I have Saturn at 23 degrees Sagittarius in my natal chart. Whoa. What house? Holy. What house is it in? Dang, that means that this eclipse is going to exactly aspect your Saturn. And Saturn can be health issues, especially if it's in the 6th house. That's why I'm curious as to what house it's in, because that's the area of your house that's going to, like, authority, your power, your maturity, like all of that. Paris, I would like to know how the one I'm thinking of feels about me. Okay, I'm so glad I didn't say anything, Julene. I was about to say it, then I was like, wait, she may have not gotten it yet. Or actually, wait, there's a different question coming. So, reading for Paris in the 3rd house. So, communication, siblings. This is also the house of the High Priestess. Quick travel, like traveling by car. That's something that's ruled by the 3rd house. The mind, Gemini energy, Mercurial energy. Mercury's going to be right there too with this eclipse. Um, yeah, I mean, it's mostly your communication that's going to be affected. Can I get a reading on how my natal chart is being affected? Oh, astrology reading? I'm going to need your information in the chat. Hello. Hope everyone is doing great. Thank you. Oh, never mind. Just do the tarot reading. So, Paris. Okay. We will do the tarot reading for you, my dear. Same question? Thank you, Addie, for saying hi. If anybody's new, when you come in, please say hi. We're such a welcoming community of ladies. There's men here too. I'm not saying there's no men. This is a beautiful, accepting, and loving community. So you're always welcome to enter in the chat. We're just gonna swarm you with love. All right. So what is the one that Paris is thinking of feeling about her? Okay. What are they feeling about her? What are they feeling about her? These are the best cards ever. Oh my God, I love these cards. I love these cards. What are they feeling about her? I feel like this is going to be my freaking go-to. Is it... Let me just... Okay, hang on. Oh my God, that's funny. Third house of Gemini and thinking, thoughts. And then you get Jupiter. Okay, so they're thinking a lot about... Let's find out. What are they thinking about? They're definitely thinking big thoughts, big things. They're thinking a lot. This is almost overthinking. But let's see what the next cards say. What are they thinking about? That is so funny. Interesting. So we've got the last quarter, which is tension, stress. They may be stressed out about something. Waning crescent. They're in a deep space of reflection, of letting go, of forgiveness. They may be experiencing some kind of transition. They're sort of in this space of stillness, and that's why they're thinking a lot. But I have this feeling that they might be overthinking something. I still don't know exactly what. And if this is, geared towards you, then whatever, situations, if it doesn't resonate, then if it doesn't resonate as this is what they're thinking about you, what's happening then is we're receiving a message as to what's going on for them right now in their own personal sort of plane. You got the Scorpio card. The Scorpio card is next. So this is heavy. For some reason, I'm thinking like this is like deep change, transformation, shift, but it may be a little bit like too intense to share. Like the thoughts are too intense to share. They also get the 12th house of I surrender. So this tells me that this person is going through a very deep transformation. They're really like all their mind is like geared towards what's going on for them. They're transitioning. They're learning to let go. They're having to also learn to forgive and adapt and change. And the change is never hard, never easy. The change is never easy. However, they're learning how to move through the process. They're learning how to let go and trust their intuition. But this is a deep thing that's going on. This is deep feelings, deep emotion, intense emotions. And the emotions of Scorpio can be, they can be both of intense passion, and they can also be of intense jealousy. And they can also be of intense like revenge, vengeful like energies. So there's an intensity to Scorpio, and he's having, or she, they're having intense, I never like to assume, they're having intense feelings, intense emotions, and it's causing them to have a like the kind of like a spiritual experience. The 12th house, where the merging of the sun and Venus, or the coming together in Kazini Point. Maybe they're thinking about you in a way that it's a connection. There's a lot of passion here. This could mean that. However, there are some doubts. There are some things that they're not sure of. That's what I'm getting, anyways. So I want to pull a couple of oracle cards, see what else we can add to this message. Remember that the scorpion can sting, right? It's not always a friendly thing. I mean, not that it's not friendly is not the word. Scorpio is just like intense. Like there's just no getting around it. You can't hide, right? It's truth. It's like it's straight to the truth. Yes, it's passionate. Okay, well then this makes sense then. This is resonating at yeah, it's like Kazini is like the coming together. You know what I mean? The merging. All right, so let's get one card for you. There it is. It is Alichil, guardianship and protection. Do not fear to lose what you already have. Your heart is a guardian, and your soul is the brightest star. That's beautiful. This is one of the lunar mansions. And there's Libra and Scorpio energy on this card too. Relationships and intensity. Powerful message. I would like a virgin. Okay. So that's Paris. We've got Len next, and then Marianne. I am going to go check the PayPal to make sure I'm up to date. Yes, we are. And I'm going to stand up. Whoa, no way. That's crazy. That's wild. And there we are. All right. Thank you to everyone that's here for hanging out with us. We are doing mini readings tonight. In the beginning, I did talk about the beautiful Stargate that is opening with the moon, with Venus, and with Juno, the asteroid of marriage and sacred union. And now we're going to do some mini readings. I also did announce that Module 5 is now available for signing up. This is the module where we are going to talk about the magic of the planet Venus and a lot about relationships and how Venus in our charts can help us understand how we approach relationships, how we approach life in general, how we approach our sacred feminine within ourselves. And I went over all the things that we're going to cover. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you guys about it again, and then I'll announce it one more time on Monday. It's just really cool. Like, these portals are really cool times to launch things. And so they always align together. Oh, I'm also going to do an episode for the podcast. In case you didn't know, I have a podcast. It is called the Channel for Grace Uncut Podcast. It is on Apple iTunes. You can download it and subscribe whenever you would like. And the next episode, I have some pretty cool episodes on there. The next one will be released either on Monday or on Tuesday, depending on when I get it done. There's just so much to do. Oh my God. But on Monday or Tuesday, and it will be like a sneak preview about what we're going to talk about in the Venus module. So you'll have like a teaser of the things we're going to talk about, because I want to talk about Venus herself and the power of Venus. And I thought it was perfect to do that right before the module. Okay, so Len's question. Am I in the best physical environment at present? Is there a move to a new physical location to make my home in the coming year? And also, how is the energy now regarding current neighbors? Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to say is that's a lot of questions. I'll try to see if an answer comes through for all of them. I'm just going to start pulling cards and we'll see what wants to come through. Usually there's like one question. And then we focus on that. It might be like a convoluted message. If there's one of those questions that is kind of like the most important for you, then let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull cards and we'll see what comes out. Sometimes, I mean, the answer will come to all of them, but we'll see. First card we get is Taurus. So Taurus is a sign ruled by Venus. Whoa, you got the gibbous moon twice. Thank you, Rebecca. I love that. The card of Scorpio as well. Me too. It's okay. Okay. That's good to know. Let me finish. Give me 1 second. This is what's happening because there was so many questions. It's like Nut doesn't know what to do. So which question is the most important for you right now? Is it more important for you to know whether you're in the best physical environment at the present? Is it more important for you to know if there's a physical location in the future? Or is it more important for you to know how is everyone regarding, how is the energy regarding the current neighbors? I'm going to wait for your answer to continue before I continue. Which one is more important? And someone just signed up as well. Interesting. Just off the while I wait for your answer, the two cards that came out, the waning gibbous moon and the waxing gibbous moon, is a very interesting dynamic because it's both saying that, well, it's saying that where you're at is the move. Okay. Is there a new physical location to make my new home in the coming year? It's saying that you're like, there's a lot of energy right now and you're at a point where you've reached the max because it only waxes so much, it only wanes so much, right? And the gibbous moon is an energy of like, there's also kind of a buildup. With the Scorpio card, I do feel like the answer is well, here's the answer. The answer is there's going to be a powerful transformation that you go to, the first house. Interesting that it says house, right? I mean, there's houses, but like for some reason the word house came through strongly. But this is also the Aries energy. A powerful transformation is in the future. I think this is something that you have been building up towards. I don't know if it's going to be exactly a move. So let me Let me focus on getting an answer to that. All right, third house. These cards came out together. The third house of Gemini and Jupiter, which is he expands energy. He makes everything bigger and more powerful because he's magnifying it, but he intensifies the energy. So that's a lot of, so Mercury, the third house is ruled by Mercury and Gemini. And when Jupiter's there, that's a lot of like talking, that's a lot of expressing, that's a lot of thoughts that are going through your head about what's happening right now. This also feels like the energy that I'm feeling right now is like there's a nervousness. Like it's almost like you may be overthinking things right now, and the energy feels a little bit convoluted for some reason. I'm going to pull a few more. It's like there's confusion too for some reason. Why am I feeling that energy? And actually need one more, please. Okay, with your Taurus energy, I think you desire like a home. You desire space that feels like home. Hey Belinda, you desire space that feels like comfortable. And I think maybe right now you're not feeling as comfortable as you thought you would. I think also you are experiencing some drama. Like some drama in your life. That could be the neighbor situation coming through because of the Scorpio energy. You're needing to release. You're needing to let go. You may also feel like what you're doing is this sort of like you're putting out there a lot, like you're giving a lot. And you may feel like you're not getting enough back. Like you are not really you don't feel like either you're being valued or you don't feel like your opinion matters, or it could be the other way and you may be like impulsively just throwing out things out there that may not be the best way to communicate, or that can be happening. It's just like coming out because that's the first house, Aries, Jupiter, and then Gemini is like, it's just coming out and there's no filter, right? And then suspended is also an energy that I felt with the two moons, the waning gibbous, but then the waxing gibbous, and it's like, it's stuck. It also feels stuck. You are also learning how to move into more alignment, learning how to maybe nurture yourself a little bit more. What you're needing right now is there is transformation. There is a change, there is a shift, it's going to be more, I think, more of an inner transformation than the physical transformation. That's what I'm getting right now, at least. It's not giving me exactly, is there going to be a move, but it's giving me there's going to be a shift in perspective. And what you're needing right now is you're needing inspiration. This is the waxing crescent moon, which is growth, creativity. It's feeling accomplished. It's also learning. I want to pull one of these goddess cards, the special cards that I used. Haven't pulled one yet tonight, but I want to pull one for you to see what it is that you really need more of. You definitely need to like calm your mind somehow. Like the stress that you're feeling needs to be dealt with. You have to, activate that like Taurus energy. How can you make your environment a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxing, a little bit less stressful? Because otherwise your thoughts will run wild. All right, what does she need a little bit more of? What will give her some more guidance here? All right. So you need a little bit more pleasure in your life. That's so Taurus energy in Venus. It's very Venus in Taurus. Pleasure. Like, feel your connection to the earth. Okay. That's what's coming through. Put your feet on the earth. Ground yourself. You need more grounding. You need to connect with your body, like dancing, touching, massage. All of those things are going to help you ground your energy and mostly, I think, let go of the stress that surrounds you so that you can find more inspiration in your life. You got the Star of Vega, which is on the Lyra constellation. Dance to the rhythm of your spirit. Become one with the universe. Dance to the rhythm of your spirit. Become one with the universe. I think you're fighting a fight. I don't know why that came through just now, but I feel like with the Aries energy, and I feel Mars here, it feels like you're fighting a fight, but I don't know that that's what you should be focusing on. Or at least you need to take a break from what's going on. You need to take a break and like take care of yourself. Thank you. Okay, that was kind of a lot. So we have Marianne next, and I will go check if anyone else signed up. Oh, I love that. Good. That's awesome. And then we've got Julene, who just added to the list. And that's who we have so far. So plenty of room, you guys. Oh, I just checked my mail and my starseed activation is there. Yes, I love that, Joan. I was going to ask you if you had gotten it yet. Woohoo! How exciting! When will my dream home in Boulder? And why haven't I found a mold-free home there yet? I feel something is holding me back till January, February. So what is the holdup, do you think? When will I find my dream home in Boulder? And why haven't I found a mold-free home yet? I feel something is holding me back till January, February. So what is the holdup, do you think? Awesome, Lenlen. I love that. Okay. So this is also a lot of questions. This is kind of, let me think about this for a second. So I'm gonna pull some tarot cards or some oracle cards to give you the message that you need to hear right now about this situation. And if it gives you an exact answer, great. Sometimes what happens is it gives you insight into the situation so that you can then make up your mind. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. Yeah, because there's two. Yeah, let's answer that question. What's the holdup? So what's the holdup here for the situation with the house in Boulder? Well, that one flew out. All right, fifth house, the house of creativity, self-expression, the energy of Leo, passion. Hello, Tyler. Welcome in. Okay, what do we need to know about the fifth house here? Whoa, what was that? That's kind of crazy. Okay. The square. Well, this is a lot that came out. North Node. Whoa, seriously? That's quarter, Cassini, and Vesta. Hang on. Let me pull out two more. So these two cards are speaking to me right now, the square and the last quarter. Because the last quarter card is a square from the sun to the moon. And that's tension, and that's like a challenge. That's resistance. That's like a struggle, right? It's like an obstacle. It means that it takes effort. It can be, you know, a problem that shows up that needs to be figured out. And that's the energy that's going on. The last quarter is also where the moon squares the sun, but then it's time to let go. It's time to transition. It's time to forgive and move on and learn to adapt. These two cards of tension are the North Node is sandwiched between these two cards. And what this is telling me is that you're working on moving towards destiny, but there's something, and you're right, there's something that's holding you back. Like the desire is to move forward. The desire is to reach right towards the heavens. The North Node is towards what you're uncomfortable with. So in a sense, there's an uncomfortableness because it is unknown territory. And you're feeling that, and it's affecting your ability to manifest. It's affecting your ability to create, which to me points towards this fifth house energy in Leo, points towards your creativity is being sort of crushed. The worrying about it or the stressing about it is causing I would say the second chakra, the color orange, and the flow, like it's not flowing, right? There's a corner, there's 90-degree angles. It's not like a flowing circle energy. And so I'm going to pull a couple more cards to give us more meaning about this. But I think that it's the stress and the tension about it. It's one because it's unknown territory. And another, it's because it's causing you to not be able to, like, you don't realize that you may be focusing on the wrong stuff. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so you get Cassini, which is a merging point. You get Vesta, she's an asteroid. You get Ceres, she's also an asteroid. And you get Saturn. Okay. The card that sticks out the most from these three is Saturn. Because Saturn is about boundaries, Saturn is about limitations, Saturn is about delays, Saturn is about responsibilities. Saturn, it's just not time yet. It's not time because Saturn is the Lord of time. He will tell you when it's time. And right now he's at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So this is the last he'll be in his home sign for a long time. And he's not done with the business isn't finished. So you have to trust that. I think after the 21st is going to be a day where you'll probably start to feel something shift. Something will shift on the 21st for you because that's Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. And everyone will feel that. But I think for you, because this card came out, that's going to be a day to look out for where you're going to feel a huge energy shift. Now, what you can do right now to focus your energy on what you really want is, first of all, the Kazini card is also about being in your heart space. So tuning into what actually feels good right now, tuning into your passion, activating your passion and your devotion. What are you devoted to in your life that makes you feel good? And then Ceres is about nurturing yourself. Just coming into taking care of yourself, taking care of your body. Now, all of these are themes, I think, too, especially the nurturing card, that you've already been, right? Because you're trying to find a house without mold in it, and mold is like a serious issue. So it's like you just haven't found it yet. It's not that it's not coming. It's just that this is a time to resolve. Like, things are coming up to resolve, and Saturn is saying it's just not time yet. You will know when the time is right. Right, that's what I was getting. So when is the time? Could it be because I'm moving there by myself without my husband? I don't know. But what I'm getting is that it's just not time yet. And you'll know, I think the energy shift will be on the 21st. I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Oracle cards. Let's see what else we get. Those just flew out. The holdup, okay, so the message that's coming through pretty clear from this, other than what I just said, let me find the words to describe what I'm getting. Is that you need to get into your womb space. You need to get into your creative space. And it's like that I would do an intention setting ceremony for this eclipse on Monday. Just write down your intentions, do a little ceremony, put it out to the universe of what exactly you want, not what you don't want. And that's the main thing, is that if you keep focusing on the things that are not working, you're going to get more of that. There's beauty here with the North Node, with Ceres, with Vesta, with the Kazini point, and with the 5th house of creativity. But there's also the tension. And the Saturn that says, it doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you want. If it's not time, it's not time. And that's the authority of Saturn that kind of puts his foot down, because he sets those boundaries. But trusting in the timing is what's going to be the best option for you right now, instead of trying to figure out why it's not working. Because if you try to figure out why it's not happening, that ball keeps rolling instead of the ball of, I'm trusting in the timing, because the perfect timing is coming. When you focus on the latter, it takes you down a rabbit hole of stress. When you focus on the perfect timing, it feels like the pressure is off. Nashira, Capricorn, on the Capricorn constellation. Overcome your concerns by embracing change. In the midst of confusion, one can also find purpose. That's powerful. Al-Qaid, in the Ursa Major constellation. Good things take time. Growth does not happen overnight. Whoa. Whoa. That's intense. Okay. So I hope that gave you some insight into your situation. Yep, me too. Everything is divine timing. I gave up trying to force things to happen. We tried to move to Sedona like in June, and it's December and we're still here. So yeah, you gotta just let it go. Let it go. We've got Julene next. And then we're going to add Joan to the list. Julene and then Joan. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, you're welcome. So there's room for three more readings if anybody's interested. And then we're going to kind of cap it there. And get ready for this powerful new moon total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Yeah, right, Wendy? Yeah, you reminded me of my journey. I was like, at the end, I'm just letting go. Just gotta let it go. There's so much uncertainty in the air too, so it's like everyone's feeling it, you know? So we're gonna, Julene is gonna put up her question, and then Joan after that, and then if anybody wants a reading, tarot or astrology, there's 3 spots left for tonight. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up to you guys, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And I'm going to highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys get on my email list, because we're starting to see a lot of crazy changes on YouTube, on social media platforms. There's a lot of censorship going on right now, and you just never know. When you might say the wrong thing, the algorithm will sort of determine that your YouTube videos, this goes for anybody, that your YouTube video is either violating some kind of guideline or something, and then the video, you know, you'll get taken down or your channel will get taken down. And it's like things are changing a lot right now. So if you get on my email list, that is making sure that you stay connected in communication with me. I mean, I'm not expecting, but I'm just stating the obvious that there's a lot of changes coming. I am also in the process of creating my own app, which I'm hoping to release sometime in January, sometime in the new year, and an opportunity to upload my own videos and my own content onto the app. So like, get on my email list. There's a link in the description. You just download the free moon astrology guide, and that gets you on my newsletter, on my email list. Or you can go to my website, which is channelforgrace.guru, and then there's a little slot right at the top where you enter your name and your email, and you're on the email list. That's like the best way to communicate with me. Like, some of you guys are in the Facebook group, and I would say that's not even enough. So like, if you're in the Facebook group, like if you follow me on Instagram, everything, just make sure you're on my email list if you want to stay connected. So, hi, from Julene. I'd like a transit reading for my son. He's been having a seriously difficult emotional and physical time. I'd like to see if the astrology has challenged him and or if it will be helping him. Yeah, right, Sparky? Okay. So let me pull up his chart. So we got 1013, 88, and we've got 8:54 p.m. in Phoenix. I can't wait to live in Arizona, you guys. There's like, I feel this like freedom when we finally get there. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. let me actually, okay, so make sure I get it right. 10/13/88, 8:54 p.m. Yeah, Mars was in retrograde in Aries. I knew that. Current transits, and let's take a picture. Okay, share the screen. Still laughing about the Sparky thing. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. 3844. And let's do that. Okay, so this is his chart. Oh my God, come on, Zog. And these are also the transits. So let me go back and look at your question. So he's been having seriously difficult emotional and physical time. I'd like to see if the astrology has challenged him or if it will be helping him. Well, that's funny because, yay! That's funny that you say that, Julene, because the challenge is, oh, if it has challenged him, and or if it, okay, yeah, I was gonna say, well, the challenge is the helping. We forget that, you know. Okay, so let's see what is going on. So the first thing I notice right away is that you've got all this Capricorn energy in his 8th house. And that's the house of death, change, and transformation. So 2020 in general has been a difficult year for him because he's being asked to dive deep to figure out like the issues that are deep-seated core issues in his own self and his relationship, also to things like sexuality. This could be relations. This could be business kind of partnerships. This is also money, but money that comes from the outside. But in general, this is like deep change that Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto have been transiting through his 8th house and causing kind of a tower moment. The 8th house is a very much a tower moment. That's the theme. It will change. It will change it soon. Those planets, especially Saturn and Jupiter, they're going to be in his 9th house. So he's going to start to spiritually integrate the change that he just has been experiencing with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in his 8th house. The eclipse is going to be happening in his 7th house. This is the house of relationships. So it's going to affect his relationships in general. He's got the South Node transiting his 7th house of relationships. It's like there's a lot of change. Whenever the South Node transits your chart, I mean, it changes things. It shakes things up. It brings up karmic things. It is very challenging because it has to empty the cup so you can fill it back up. And that for him has to do with relationships. So there might be a new relationship on the horizon for him, or a realization of something that has to do with relationships in his life. Where's Mars? So he's got the North Node too in the 1st house. And that is focusing on himself is really important. Expressing himself is what he should be focusing on. Those are important things for him. But I would say that the biggest theme is the 8th house, tower moments that he's experiencing, and the eclipses. Let's see, 16. So the lunar eclipse happened in his 12th house. And that was like that was an activation of the higher centers for him. That was an activation of his connection to his own divinity, to his, like his psychic abilities. So he's receiving information right now during this portal. Things are coming through. He's getting a lot of revelations. I mean, he may not call it that, but he's receiving wisdom right now for sure from the universe. And it's gonna come out, like some revelation's gonna happen in terms of relationships for him. And when Saturn and Jupiter move into Aquarius on the 21st, it's gonna be time to spiritually integrate everything that he's just experienced. So the answer to your question is yes, he's totally being challenged, and yes, it's totally for his benefit. It is a spiritual experience that he's going through. So very powerful there. Okay, we have Joan next. Feel free to put up your question. And I'll check PayPal again to see if anyone else has gotten on the list. We do have Shannon. And then there's 2 spots left after that if anybody wants to get on the list. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That all that Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter happening in your 8th house, that's intense. It's heavy. It's been a heavy year. 2021 I think is going to feel lighter, but it's going to be it's going to feel heavier in other ways. It's going to be like what's a good way to describe it? 2021 is going to feel like some wild movie, some wild dream, or some wild movie that like doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, I don't even think we can't even imagine the kind of things that are going to be happening and appearing and start to appear, and like, I don't even know how people are going to be affected with all the Aquarian energy, who's like the alien energy. Oh my God. All right. Joan's question. Just wondering how my Libra guy feels about me, and is he moving closer to a new start, if there is a new start. Okay, you're welcome, Julene. So let's pull some cards for Joan. Libra guy feels about her, and is he moving closer to a new start, if there is a new start. Okay, lunar eclipse is the first card that comes out, followed by Mercury. That's interesting. Yeah, surreal. I think a better word than that, not that that's a better word, but even a better word is, oh God, I just had it and I lost it. That's hilarious. Wacky. That was the word. Wacky. By the way, Aquarius. That's hilarious. All right. Wow, the caduceus is on that Mercury card. Let's get a few more. Libra. How does a Libra feel about her? How does a Libra feel about her? Whoa. Let's go with a few more cards, please. And the aliens are already here, actually. Okay, why is the... Okay. I'm going to stop there and then pull some more if I need to. So this is interesting, okay? Lunar eclipse. This is the first card that comes out. We just had a lunar eclipse. It was in Gemini. It was aligned with Aldebaran, which is the eye of the bull. So it was like revelations, the eye of revelation, the eye of Horus, sacred Isis, goddess Isis, mystery schools, the opening up of wisdom, the opening up of a portal of knowledge, of the all-seeing eye. I mean, we just had a powerful lunar eclipse. And then lunar eclipses are about releasing the past and also breaking through, pushing through limitations, and then healing. And that's where he's at. That's where he's at. it's a beautiful place because it is a place of healing. So where is he going to kind of move from there? What other energies are present? Well, we've got Mercury. What also is catching my eye here is the caduceus, which is the third is energy of the Kundalini, the DNA activation, the fucus, and you're a Libra too, so that's a lot of relationship energy, and Libras do they love unions. Like they love soulmates. Like they love those things. They love marriage is like such a beautiful thing for a Libra. Connection. And so the Aquarius card that comes right after that, I think this is pointing towards the shift that's coming. So he's going through his own experience of healing right now. He's figuring out how to express it. He's figuring out how to speak about it to you, or how to speak about it in general. I think there is going to be a powerful shift. This is unpredictability because, I mean, also Uranus came out. So something unpredictable is going to happen. I would say this is definitely a new start. It's unpredictable though, so you don't know exactly what the new start is about because it's unpredictable. But there is a new start. There is a shift. It's a revolution. It's a change. I also feel like even though you don't know exactly what's going to shift, what's going to awaken, this is going to be a harmonious change. The sextile is a harmonious change. The sextile is also about integration. It's also about cooperation, harmony, empathy, all those things. So connecting to those beautiful divine feminine energies. The next card is the Gemini card. And that to me, for some reason, I'm feeling the twin flame energy with that card, but not necessarily just twin flame energy. It's like the two people, right? It's like the connection. It's like the union between the two people. So to me, that says like that feels positive to me because of the sextile. The change is going to be a positive change. Let's get a couple more. There's definitely a new start. It's just last quarter. Okay, so this is about transition, letting go, forgiveness, and adaptation. So there's still some tension to be released. There's still some decisions to be made. So it's not quite time yet. The transformation is still happening. The transformation is still evolving. The change in his mind, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like the shift in his own mind is he's there, but he's not exactly there yet because it's a process. I'm feeling like it's going to continue for a little longer for him until he finally realizes that the union and the collaboration, the cooperation, and the connection to someone that he can trust is there for him. That actually is there. Let's pull some of the oracle cards. Yeah, I think in the age of Aquarius, we're going to realize, hello, Amber, that the aliens have been here all along. Hello, Amber. Whoa. Anathra, victory and conquest. Contain your temper if fulfillment you seek. Integrating yourself will be your best asset. So this card, let me pull another. So this is for you. Now let's pull one for him. It just fell out. So for you, it's about focusing on yourself right now. That's your message. Aprexe, this is what his energy. Harvest and culmination. Keep faith in the journey, for one day you will look back just to realize how content you are. So that's what he's going through. I do feel this in these cards. It's like a journey. It's a beautiful journey, and he's dealing with the things that are coming up for him in terms of the relationship, but he's also learning how to keep the faith and how to find happiness, because that's what you want. You don't want someone who thinks that happiness means that being with you is going to make them happy. You don't want someone who thinks that their happiness comes from someone else. That will give happiness, but the real true happiness has to come from within, and that's the lesson that he's learning right now. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, beautiful. Shannon is next. Yeah, right? Thank you, Joan. Oh, you know what? I didn't even talk about my starseed readings, you guys. Some of you guys may be new, maybe haven't even heard about it. I'm going to go into it tomorrow. I'll do kind of more of a description of it. But starseed readings are now available. So if you want to find out what your starseed markings are in a chart, like where your starseed ancestry is, where do you come from, what lifetimes you've had in what star systems, we're talking Pleiades, Sirius, the Egyptians, things like that, Atlantis, Lemuria, all of those starseed markings you can find in your chart. I started doing those readings at the beginning of December, and so those are available for purchase. I think I'm already, for the starseed readings, I'm already booking into January, you guys. That's how much excitement there is about those readings. And then the activations, I've also started to send those out as well. And you can purchase after you get the starseed reading, you can purchase the astral DNA activation that is going to activate your starseed mission after the starseed reading. So it's been amazing. I'll do my best. That's hilarious. Transit reading for Shannon. Okay. Let's pull up the chart. You're welcome, Joan. I think there's room for one more on the list, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have room for one more. Oh, cool, Meg. Awesome. Okay, let me share this. Yeah, we got one spot left. Okay, yeah, have fun. Make sure you're centered. If you're gonna listen to your starseed activation, you want to make sure you're kind of in a quiet space where you have no distractions and you can really focus energetically and relax your body. Very important. So good night and enjoy and have fun. All right, Shannon, transit reading. What should I be focusing on for these important aspects this month? What's important? What's a caution? Okay, let's see. The eclipse is going to be happening in your second house. So that's finances, money, material possessions, grounding energy, the Empress, the goddess, the Earth goddess, your sense of security in yourself. That's actually a lot. And eclipse, because this is a new moon, this is a new beginning. So this is cool for you because this means this is a new beginning in this area of your life, bringing money in, finances, all that stuff. That's the activation that the eclipse is doing for you. And then for the lunar eclipse, that happened in your 8th house, which is the house of the money that comes in from the outside. So this is cool. This is a cool duality to have these eclipses going on in your own personal life. This is everything that has to do with money. Both of these dynamics. So that's what's being aspected. Like there's money. I feel like there's money coming in. Like I feel the abundance is flowing in. You do have Neptune and Sag in your chart, so you have to be careful. Like, don't believe just anything you hear. You need to trust your own intuition and your own truth about it first. So with Saturn and Jupiter, this is interesting because for all of 2020, the theme for you has been this communication, speaking, right? Expressing myself. Like, right? Even since probably the Uranus opposition for you, you've been learning how to speak. There's been a lot of things that have been changing and shifting, and you've been releasing and letting go of in terms of how you talk, who you talk to, who you actually share your truth with. And then the activation is going to happen also in this house because 1 degree or 0 degrees of Aquarius is in this house. And it's going to be aligned with your Pallas Athena. So when Saturn and Jupiter move into Aquarius, your Pallas Athena is going to get aspected here. That's your warrioress, like that's the warrioress energy. That's the goddess energy that is coming through, that is going to be activated for you. So that this is also the house of the high priestess. So like this like your fighter, right? Like the fight for what you believe in is starting to wake up. Wow, that's beautiful. And then there's going to be a lot of shifting in your 4th house because that's where all your Aquarius is. So 2021, get ready for a lot of change at home in regards to things like home and family and all of that. Wow, that's kind of intense. Like, whoa. And that's basically what's going on. Where's Mars transiting right now? Mars is transiting your 6th house of work and also magic, also expressing magic, manifesting things. You're starting to take action. So the focus needs to be on your everyday life. Focus on your schedule. Focus on your daily life. That's where you're gonna get the most out of this time that we're in. And Mars is nearing the end of the Aries transit. It's gonna move into Taurus in January. So that transit is finishing. So we have to keep taking advantage of the opportunity to take action, especially now that Mars has gone direct. So I just want to read your question one more time. Okay, so I feel like I kind of answered it. What should you be focusing on? I told you what's going to be happening, where the energy is being focused, and you have to focus towards taking action and focusing on your daily schedule to get the most out of the energy that's happening right now. And I would say that obviously those are the most important transits for you right now, those 3 houses. So the 2nd and 8th houses, the 3rd, the 4th, and then also the 6th. All right. I think we have one. I think there's one more on the list. I'm going to go check real quick. I hope that gave you some clarity. Shannon, thank you for signing up. We've also got Jessica. And we're going to have Jessica put it for question. There's room for one more, but if I'm done with this reading and no one has signed up, then I am going to just end the broadcast for the evening. Awesome. I love that. I love that. Okay. Let me pull up the charts. Okay, this is going to take me a minute. Okay, so I pulled up your chart first, September 10th, 1979, 9:42 a.m., Mankato, Minnesota. And then let's add the other chart. November 8th, 75. November 8th, 1975. Okay, I'm just going to do 12 p.m. for no time. And then north. Oh, use 2 a.m. Use 2 a.m. if you have to have a time. But I know his houses may be 0. I have to use a time. I usually use 12 p.m. for unknown time. That's usually what astrologers do. So I'll use 2 p.m. 2 a.m. And where in North Dakota? What town? Okay, I'm just going to check that I got it right. November 8th, 1975. Okay, so we're just waiting for place. Grand Forks. Grand Forks, North Dakota. Okay, here we go. It's okay. Okay, let me move this out of the way. All right, here we are. So, this is in relationship to your ex-boyfriend. Okay, so here's what happens with the synastry readings. What I look at mostly is the elements and see how the elements kind of interact with each other. Do they match? Are they the same? Are they, what kind of energies kind of show up? So we'll start with the sun and the moon. Those are the really important, and Mercury is also important. So you were born with sun in Virgo, in an earth sign. He was born with sun in Scorpio, in a water sign. So I would say those are, they're kind of difficult energies. I don't think that Virgo and Scorpio really get along that well energetically. Just like when I think of like the connections between the signs, I think Scorpio, maybe not. Maybe Virgos appreciate Scorpios. You never really know. But to me, when I see these two signs, I don't see them as like super getting along with each other. So like not understanding where the other one comes from. One of them thinking the other one's weird. Both of them thinking each other are weird. Those are the kind of things that come up for me, anyways, with that energy. You have Moon in Taurus, so you're very stable in your energy. He's got a Moon. Where's his Moon at? Moon in Capricorn. Okay, so I believe. Let me just double check. Yes. Okay, so that's a lot of cool stuff. And there's a lot of trines, like his moon trines a lot of your stuff. So his moon trines your moon, right? Your moons trine each other. That's beautiful. Both of your moons are in earth signs, so they're going to understand each other. You may be a little more stubborn. For him, what he does is like he'll restrict his emotions. He'll just like have a difficult time saying how he feels, because the emotions for a Capricorn moon are like, they don't trust them. They don't feel like they really can tell you the truth. They feel like the logical mind can really tell you more of the truth. And so when someone's too emotional, they're like, I don't know about that. However, he does have a lot of Scorpio energy, which is very emotional. It's like intensely emotional. So his moon acts as his like balancer of that energy, but it trines your moon, and that's a beautiful aspect in a synastry chart. Let's see. Okay, let's look at Mercury. You have Mercury in Virgo, and he's got Mercury in Scorpio. So this is interesting. So like you have a lot of, you have a lot of Virgo. You have a Virgo stellium, and he's got a kind of a Scorpio stellium. So because it's your sun and your Mercury, your soul expression and the way you communicate are the same as this Virgo energy. And for him, it's like he's on another dimension. Like when it comes to communication, he's a detective. He's gonna want to figure out all the little details. He's gonna want to know the secrets. He's gonna want to know all the things behind the scenes. Like he wants to know the truth, but he wants to figure out himself. And so he's relentless about that. And for a Virgo, who's a much more reserved energy, that's too piercing. Scorpio like pierces, right? It's the scorpion. So that for a Virgo is like, get out of my business, because I'm not, if I don't want to tell you something, I'm not going to tell you. Like if I Virgos can be very modest, but also very reserved. And when they get pushed, their buttons get pushed, they like shut down, and they will like stop. You will not be allowed, right, to like communicate. And so his intense piercing energy can, in one way, be very kind of alluring and attracting, and in another way, too much, to where sometimes you will resist that intensely. Another harmonious aspect is your Venuses are both in Virgo, and so this means they're pretty much conjunct. You guys see eye to eye. You're the same in this kind of in relationships. You both are the same. I think in your reading this was something that did come up. So basically, this is like Venus and Virgo can be kind of picky. Venus and Virgo can be a little bit crazy. Can be a little bit like it needs things to be a certain way for her to be able to open up, for her to be able to feel comfortable, and like it has to be perfect. It has to be pure, it has to be clean for like intimate contact or connection, things like that. If you guys both have that same idea of what that clean and what that pure is, then you're on the same page. But if you don't, if you have different ideas, then that's a clashing energy. Let's look at your Mars. This is how you take action. Okay. Both of you have Mars in Cancer. Oh my God, this is funny. So this can be either a good thing or a really bad thing, because here's what happens in terms of how you react, in terms of how you take action. You won't take action unless you feel good. Okay, so you both have that. So you could be like, I feel great, I'm going to take action. And he's like, no, I don't feel good. I don't want to do it. I don't feel right. It doesn't feel right. So I'm not going to do it. That's how it can backfire. If you both feel the same, if you're aligned, if you're on the same wavelength emotionally, then you will be aligned and move forward together in taking the same action, moving in the same direction. But if you're not in that same wavelength, you're not. You're not going to be able to. It's like one of you is going to want to go over here, the other one's going to want to go over here, or one of you is going to want to go and the other one's not going to want to go. That can either be a really good thing or a really bad thing. Mars in Cancer is in his fall position, I think. Yeah, because he's exalted in Capricorn. So he's like, this is not a good position for Mars to be in the first place. And so this is something that, one of the things that needs to be kind of known in the relationship, communicated about, expressed, so everybody's on the same page. So that's Sun. What did we do? Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm going to leave it, unless you have a specific question about something. But I think that gives you kind of a pretty well-rounded image. Mars, Cancer, and Venus, Virgo are in the fall positions. Yes, that is true. So that's the interesting. Wow, that's actually very interesting. You both have that same thing. So that's the thing. It's like it can either go great or it can be a disaster. Okay, so thank you so much. I think that's it, you guys, with all the readings. No one has signed up, so we are going to end the broadcast. Thank you, everyone that signed up for a reading. Your name has been entered for the December giveaway, which I'm going to do at the end of the month. I think that's it. Was trying to get a better understanding after messing up my original. I know. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah. Yes, that's true too, Wendy. The moon is like the intuitive sign. So we're leaving like at the end of December. We're officially leaving. So the last broadcast I'm gonna do on a Friday night for mini readings is gonna be the 25th. I think that might be, we'll wait till January to do the drawing. I usually do. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go over the astrology of this total solar eclipse in Sagittarius. It's going to be a jam-packed with information broadcast. You don't want to miss it. There's information coming through about the Mayan calendar. There's information coming through about the age of Aquarius. There's information coming through about just the eclipse itself and the alignment of the planets while the eclipse is going on. So I'm going to be going over all of that. I'm going to be going over the Sabian symbols, the importance of the degrees, the Chandra symbols, and if there's any fixed stars aligned with the eclipse. This is what I do every time there is a new or a full moon. This one just happens to be a total solar eclipse in Sag. So thank you guys. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and make sure you get on my email list, and make sure you sign up for the Venus Module 5. I will see you all again tomorrow night. Satnam.